Good morning, everybody. It's Janet. I'm just getting ready to start working with clients for the morning, but I wanted to shoot this really quick video and talk to you a little bit about the chakras in the body. I had a couple of sessions yesterday where this came up, and I had an opportunity to educate a couple of clients about the different energy centers. And we call them chakras. There's 7 of them, and they actually start at the base of the spine, but they go up in various levels, going all the way up to the top of the head. And then there's even some that kind of live outside of the body, just above the head and below the feet. We also have many other different sub-levels of these chakras, but these are the 7 main chakras. The one that I want to talk about this morning is your power center. It's called the Solar Plexus, and it lives right here just below the rib cage, or just above the navel, about 3 or 4 inches. So about maybe a couple inches below the sternum, and that's your power center. The color that's associated with it, or the frequency that it resonates most with, is the frequency of the color yellow or gold. The other thing that it is associated with is sound. So the sound that most resonates with that level in your body is the ah sound. Ah. And if you produce that sound in your body and just kind of hum on an ah for a really long time, you can even feel the vibration in your power center. You can feel it right there in the solar plexus. Oftentimes, if you have specific symptoms show up for you in your body, let's say maybe you have gallbladder issues or digestive issues, or maybe you have ulcers, anything related with the upper gut, or those organs that kind of live within that region of the body, the liver, the gallbladder, the spleen, the upper stomach. If you have symptoms that tend to show up there, oftentimes it can be related to the emotional energies that are stored in that solar plexus chakra. And I'm going to teach you what those emotional energies are right now. So the solar plexus has to do with your personal power. It also tends to have to do with issues that come up about your social identity. It deals with influence, authority, self-control. Think about it, it's your power center. So anything that makes you feel empowered or disempowered will show up in that region of the body. It's about energy, will, peace, radiance, joy. It also has to do with inner harmony, the acceptance of yourself. And then also strength, action, taking action, and your own personal vitality. So if you are struggling in any of those areas, or if you have symptoms that tend to show up recurring in the upper gut, if you have a gut that tends to kind of feel a little bit bloated, if you have stomach issues, or maybe acid in the stomach, that kind of thing, you may want to consider taking a look at some of the qualities and functions of this region of the body, because that's where these things tend to be stored and processed, and that's where the emotions around these things tend to be created. So I don't know if you do affirmations or anything like that, but some really powerful affirmations that would be useful for this region of the body would be things like, I accept myself completely and profoundly. As you say that, and if you notice any kind of a charge or like it doesn't feel good to you in your body, that's a pretty good clue that there may be something blocking you on that level within that power center. And so what we would do in a healing session with you is identify where the blockages are and help you to clear those out of the way so that you can begin having a different experience on the level of personal power. Another really powerful affirmation that you might want to use is, I am full of energy and radiant light. So if you say that affirmation and it doesn't feel good to you, or you have kind of a negative surge go through your body where it just doesn't feel like you buy it somewhere, then that's a pretty good indicator that that's where a blockage is for you. And we would go after that, removing that blockage until you reach the point where when you say that affirmation, it finally starts to feel good. And then what happens is you begin to resonate with that more, and these kinds of things, clearing these blockages out on the various different levels, it'll change your life, because it changes the way that you show up in those situations of social identity and personal power. You know, we've talked a little bit about resonance and frequency and vibration. So these energy centers in the body, they also resonate with sounds, with light, with smells. So like if you do anything with essential oils, some of the best oils to really activate your power center would be bergamot, carnation, lavender, and then rosemary. If you think about the color yellow that's associated with this particular power center, think about the foods that also radiate within that that frequency, that hold that same color, like bananas, lemons, eggs, parsnips, pineapples, yams. Let's see, what's some other ones? Maybe yellow peppers, anything, any of the fresh, raw, whole foods that have that beautiful, rich yellow or gold color. Those are the colors that you're going to want to take into your diet if you're trying to really strengthen this part of the body or this power center in the body. One thing that maybe you could do, this is a really powerful exercise that I have people do in healing sessions, is to bring your awareness, your focus, your concentration down into the center of the body. So rather than putting your focus on the outside of your body, bringing all of your attention and your concentration inside of the body, coming down that midline all the way down to your power center, right here, just on the upper gut, above the navel about 3 or 4 inches, and right below the sternum. And if you bring your attention inside of the body, as if you're just thinking about being inside of the body, right there on that level, and you just drop down to your power center, and then breathe and soften and relax. Oftentimes, just even doing that will help to clear things and expand that region of the body so that you can kind of have a shift or a change in the way that you feel about your personal power, your social identity, how you present yourself to the world. So play with that. It's kind of fun. Probably within the next couple of weeks, we'll be talking about some of the other not power centers, but energy centers in the body, the different chakras. So stay tuned and watch for more amazing information.